Not Worth the Time with Wade Taylor. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Not Worth the Time. We're here. We're doing it. It's late. Oh, God, who cares? Here we are. We're here to have fun, right? Welcome back. I hope you guys have had a fantastic couple weeks. Hope you've been doing some fun stuff. The fall is here. The fall is officially here. Is it, Wade, do you saying that because the date finally changed? No, I'm not. I'm saying that because it's pumpkin season now, okay? There's pumpkins everywhere. It's pumpkin patch season. Everybody's going around. There's pumpkins everywhere. The fall is here. Football's back. People are gambling. And, you know, that's one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Do you guys get these unsolicited gambling ads? The ads for these just different type of like betting services. There's the sports ones. We've all seen the sports ones. If you turn on a football game, there it is right in front of you, right? Just nothing but pure betting solicitation right there. That's totally fine. The thing I've fallen down into, you know, and like people love sports betting. I think people love having something to ride on in a game that doesn't matter. Like there's a bunch of people. I'm recording this during Monday Night Football. Chiefs Saints. There's a ton of people who have no vested interest in any of those teams. But by God, they have a 3-leg parlay. And if somehow, some way, Butker kicks a 50-plus yard field goal tonight, they win $3,000. They love chomping on that action, dude. They love chomping on it. That's not the ads I'm talking about, though. Sports gambling, that's just here to stay. That's just now a staple. It's always been a staple, you know. I can remember when my grandmother, my sweet grandmother, would gamble on sports betting. That's how I realized when I was a kid, I never thought there was anything wrong with gambling because my grandmother did it. And would openly talk about it. My grandmother was a fucking wizard at betting college basketball. I don't know what it was about college basketball, but my grandmother she'd bet a couple football games here and there, but dude, come the NCAA tournament, G-Ma was making some fucking dough, okay? She knew college basketball like the back of her hand, dude. I don't know how she did it. She never taught me her method. I honestly think she was thriving off pure instinct. The NCAA March rolled around, and Evie was ready. Oh, man. Grandma walked into the bookie's office during March Madness, and they were like, oh, God, there goes all of our winnings. She's going to clean us out of our house. This lady predicts the winners of the Sweet 16 every fucking year. She was a wizard, man. So I never thought, like, sports gambling was wrong. That just seemed like a normal thing to me. I always thought that was a normal thing. Gambling in my family seems pretty normal. Like, it was pretty openly talked about. Like, my grandfather loved to shoot craps. Like, my dad likes to shoot craps. They all like to, you know, go play the dice game. Going to Vegas was like a yearly trip for them. They loved going to Vegas. You know, it was just one of those things. Of course, for my grandparents, that's when Vegas was classy. Class. You know, you wore a dress as a lady down. You wore tux and tie as a man to go hit the casino floor. You had the lounge acts. Like, they were there, dude. They were having a good time in Vegas. Well, it's not nowadays where you got Midwestern fatties and fucking their Disney apparel they got from Florida from their earlier trip that spring down there. No, there's a whole different type of class they let into Vegas now. But the thing that gets me, right, like, so I've always thought gambling totally fine, right? And here's the thing that's been getting me lately is on Instagram and YouTube, just like with everything nowadays, there is a whole subgenre of videos just dedicated to gambling. Just gambling. They're vlogging gambling. That's all they do is they just like they come up with these weird challenges too. They're like, all right, we have $1,000. We're putting $200 in 4 different slots, and we're gonna see which slot pays out the most and things like that. And it is addicting to watch. It feels that urge. I gambled. I like to shoot craps. I've talked about it. I don't ever gamble on sports. That's I don't like the ability, even though all the table games are all based off chance and out of your control. I like the ability to that I have some control there. Betting on sports seems like a sucker bet to me. It always has. And these guys, though, I watch them, and it's fun when you watch them win. And you just sit there and watching them win. You're like, yeah, dude, fuck yeah, that's awesome. You're fucking winning, dude. And then I remember that this is just an unsolicited ad for a casino. You know, you're just watching content of people winning on slots. It's just this giant advertisement for gambling. And I'm not one of those conspiracy theorists. I'm sure there probably are. I would not put it past. Like, Caesars and all those places have influencers trying to get people to use their apps, right? Like, Jamie Foxx is the thing for MGM. I'm trying to think of who else does a Caesars one. You know, there are people out there doing the commercials. But I wouldn't put it past them if they, like, somehow sponsor or give them gifts somehow to, like, make sure they come gamble in their casinos. Because then, at the end of the day, the house is always going to win more than them. But free advertisement for them, right? Just comp their rooms, they stay, they mail their content, yada, yada, yada. Boom, free advertising for gambling. So I have to always take that in consideration because you watch people win when they're gambling, and it looks so fun. It looks so fun. It's like the shit they do here with the Iowa lottery. You go into any gas station with the ability to buy a lottery ticket, and there's no TV screens around or whatever, but just where the register is above the Powerball stuff and the scratch-offs, there's just some little TV brought to you by the Iowa Lottery, just playing on loop, pictures of people holding up giant checks or winning scratch-offs. You'd be like, this could be you, $25,000. Just buy this $20 scratch-off, dude. You got a chance at $25,000. Think about it. They don't show you all the people. They should in between be legally obligated for every winner. They have to show at least 3 losers. Just 2 guys just have to scratch off. Just ripping it up, fucking throwing it out like, son of a bitch. God damn it. Why did I lose my last $20 on this scratch off? They should be legally allowed to do that. That's why I do like the gambling vlogs, though. The gambling vlogs show you a realistic thing. If you're watching their actual content, which I have. If you just watch shorts, it's Reels and YouTube shorts and TikToks, I'm sure it's all the highlights. It's those formats are all just highlight reels. There's never the real rawness of it. You have to watch their gambling vlogs, and that's what's interesting when you watch that, because they'll show you the highs and lows, and you see them hit the cold streaks. But that's even more riveting to watch than them winning. Because you're almost wondering, how long can they keep losing their ass until they finally go, I might need to stop gambling. I think this whole doing the gambling vlog channel might be a bad thing, and I don't think I'm going to financially recover for this. You're almost way more invested in the drama on the cold streak until they hit the next big one that like turns it around for them. You're like, oh shit. It's like being a golfer and you've had a shit round for 17 holes, and then you just stripe your last shot on 18 and you get up and down for par, and you're just like, man, I can't wait to come back and play again, because if I can pick up here where I left off and keep playing, I'm going to keep going back. That's exactly what a gambler's doing in those cold streaks. They're just looking for that one fucking hit, man, and then all of a sudden they're back, baby. We're back, baby. But you just got to watch out for the vlog. It's very funny how that how like just these lifestyle like niches of content get you. I've been playing a lot of golf this summer, and now I've fallen down that YouTube rabbit hole. You just get sucked into these areas, and there's like any kind of thing you're interested has someone somewhere doing a gigantic channel about what you are interested in. It just blows me away because a lot of it's just an it's just advertising for something like that. The casinos have to love that there's just these random dudes doing gambling content. It blows me away. And they got to just be giving them kickbacks. Like, it's free advertising for them. Comping them a room at the Bellagio or something for a weekend in Vegas. They're making their money back in the casino if they comp them a room. Plus, they're just advertising the whole time, talking about how great their dinner was. I just think about that. Like, everything's an ad. You can't take anything like it's a real suggested thing anymore, I feel like. Sometimes I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. All I know is it's gambling entertainment for some reason. It's fucking fun and interesting to look at. I don't fucking know. I'm a simpleton. It is what it is. I don't know. Don't gamble. That's what I just have to say to you guys. If you don't have the means to pay, don't gamble. I'm not a gambler. I don't like gambling on sports. Like I said, I gamble like twice a year. I gamble on one golf trip I go down to where we go stay at a casino, and I throw dice. That's about all I do. So don't gamble. But if you feel like you have that itch, I'm telling you, just go watch these YouTube videos. You ride the highs and lows with them, guys. It's fun in that aspect. But don't gamble. And if you need help, call one of those 800 numbers. I don't know it off the top of my head, but quit gambling if you're putting your family in jeopardy, for Christ's sake. That was a weird PSA. I don't know why I talk game, but that's just been on my mind a lot lately. Probably because I've been watching too much of that stuff. So now I guess we should get into something fun and probably more educational. Wait, do you think we didn't know we shouldn't gamble? I don't know. It's shoved down your throat every day now. I don't know. But maybe I'll tell you something else. We'll learn something better. How about that? I got something fun for you guys this week. Oh, man. So I found this one just floating around online. It's relatively new. I thought this was an older story when I found it at first. But check this one out, guys. From CNN Science, it's scientists who discovers mammals can breathe through their anuses receives IG Nobel Prize. Not Peace Prize. Nobel Prize. This guy found out that mammals, which include us, human beings, unless you're a squirrel listening to this podcast, but that includes you too. I think most mammals, I think any mammal could technically listen to this podcast. I mean, fish might be listening to it too. I don't know. It'd be really weird if somehow a fish has an iPod and is downloading this particular podcast. But mammals can breathe through their anuses, you guys. And you thought you had breath up top. Oh! So let's read about this. Am I right? What's this? There's a nice photo here if you guys who aren't listening or who aren't watching it. By the way, if you want to watch the podcast, go to YouTube and search Comic Wade Taylor. You can watch the podcast and watch me ramble about gambling. But there's a picture of a man wearing scrubs with what appears to be a bike pump. And then some man wearing like a patient gown with balloons that appear to have, look like O2 and another O. I don't know what particular elements those are supposed to be. Another gentleman is holding those. And then but they're demonstrating, I guess, that those are what are causing them to be able to breathe through their anus. It says a team member of researchers lightheartedly demonstrate their work, which found many mammals are capable of breathing through their anuses, which, while accepting their 2024 IG Nobel Prize in Physiology. Right? Physiology? I think that's right. I don't know. Who knows? All I know is, if you can learn to breathe through your anus, and you're one of those like yoga people, maybe this is how they're hitting euphoria. They're taking such deep breaths that they're unclenching and reclenching and being able to breathe in. My question is, and we're going to find out as we read this, if you can breathe, what it classifies as breathing. So can you get air through your anus to your lungs? Because that's what I would classify as breathing, is the pressure of lungs expanding and contracting, right? Like that's breathing. Or are they defining breathing as just being able to, pull in air to your buttocks and then push out farts? Because I know a couple people can do that. But let's find out. The world's still holding many unanswered questions. Yeah, I don't think anybody had this question until about what day? September 13th, 2024. Nobody had this question until then. But thanks to the efforts of the research team awarded the IG Nobel Prize on Thursday, some of these questions, which might not have even thought to exist, now have answers. We now know that many mammals can breathe through their anus. There isn't an equal probability that a coin will land on heads or tails. There isn't an equal probability that coin will land on heads or tails. That some real plants somehow imitate the shape of their neighboring fake plastic plants. The fake medicine that causes a painful side effects can be more effective than the fake medicine without side effects, and that many people famous for researching lofty old age lived in places that had bad record keeping. What? Many people famous for reaching lofty old age live in places that had bad record keeping. Oh, okay, got it. Oh, so you're telling they also animals can breathe through their anus. Some things with some painful side effects can be more effective than fake medicine without side effects, and that there are old people who we thought were really old, turned out they were just really bad at keeping records. Got it. It's the whole Dominican baseball player thing in the Little League World Series all over again with anybody's age. It's always bad record keeping. You know what I want, CNN? Get to the point. The awards, which no affiliation to the Nobel Prizes, aim to celebrate unusual honor of imaginative and spur people's interest in science, medicine, and technology by making people laugh, then think. Oh, man, this is a joke award show. I knew there was something up about this. We're going to open this in the other tab and find, oh, it says air, but I might have to look into what this says. Okay, in a 2-hour ceremony as quirky as the scientific achievement it is celebrating, audience members are welcomed to their seats by an accordion music. Before a safety briefing warned them to sit on anyone unless it's a child, not to feed, chase, or eat ducks, and throw their paper planes safely. There were 2 paper airplanes during the ceremony, in which the audience attempted to throw their creation safely at a target at the middle of the stage. Well, that's fun. This is like a weird interactive science community. I'm already all about this. Along with collective prizes was a Japanese research team led by Ryo Okabe. I'm sorry, I'm not going to try to pronounce these people's names. I feel like it's disrespectful. I'm going to just butcher them. So I'm going to say O and T. Who discovered that mammals can breathe through their anus. They say it in their paper that this potentially offers an alternative way to getting oxygen into critical ill patients if ventilators and artificial lung supplies are running low. Oh my God, so they're saying you can pump air to your lungs from your anus. That's fucking wild. Like they did during the COVID-19 pandemic. Oh, okay, so the supplies got low. I thought they were saying, hey, no, we were getting people to breathe through their asshole during the pandemic. I thought that's what they were just trying to say. American psychologist B.F. Skinner was was given the award, the Peace Prize, of his work attempting to use pigeons to guide flight paths of missiles, while a European-wide research team was rewarded for probability prize for conducting 350,757 experiments to demonstrate that a coin tends to land on the same side it started when it's flipped. No shit. Okay, that makes more sense. Well, what kind of that European study though? What kind of coin were they using in Europe? I know like there's like the whole coin here with like the quarter. It lands tails more because the head side is heavier, I believe. Jacob White and Felipe Yamashita won the Bodifti? I don't know. Man, this is why I'm not in the sciences. I can't pronounce shit. Prize for finding evidence that some real plants attempt to mimic leaves by of their nearby fake plants. That's fucking cool, dude. Plants are the wildest thing ever. And for anybody to ever talk about like, oh, just eating plants, they don't cause any harm, dude. They're fucking weird alien creatures that you're eating. I swear to God, plants are aliens. James C. Leo won the physics prize for demonstrating and explaining how a dead trout swims, and a French Sicilian research team won an anatomy prize for studying whether hair swirls in the same direction on the heads of people in the northern hemisphere as the southern hemisphere. I bet you they don't. For some fucking weird reason, everything down in the hemispheres gets all wacky. Live demonstrations to illustrate the experiments involved according to... Okay, I'm a little bummed right now. I wanted to know more about the animals breathing out of their anus. Instead, it just told me about this whole entire thing. I feel like we're a little gypped there, you guys. I guess maybe I need to just go find that whole research paper and read it. Was that something you guys would be interested in? You should leave comments and let me know. I don't know. But I didn't know there was like a, what is it? The Raspy Awards for science, where they just have like, hey, you guys just study all the weird shit. This is how you win the prizes for all those fucking weird experiments that we put money on in the U.S. This makes sense now. This makes total sense. I've been trying to figure out for years why there's been this whole uptick in like sending money to these weird experiments that don't make any sense. I've ranted about them before on the podcast. Famously, the one I always talk about is the fact that there's a $100,000 study that was out there done to figure out why monkeys throw poop. Guys, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, monkeys throw shit because it's funny. That's it. That's the only reason. They know hurling a hunk of shit at somebody is hilarious, and they're going to keep doing it. Can I get $100,000 now? I don't need to even go to interview monkeys. I don't need to survey them. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to go to a zoo and film them and study them. They do it because it's funny. They're bored, and they're just sitting around in the zoo one day, and they go, oh, I got a mean deuce coming up. Oh, dude, Frank. Okay, get a load. Terry. Frank's sitting over there. He doesn't even know. Check this out. Whap! And they have impeccable aim, and they got fucking velocity on that, dude. And it's funny. That's why they do it. I understand why they're doing that kind of study now, because they're trying to win trophies at the IG Nobel Prize. And you got to do funky experiments, okay? The weirder, the better, okay? They thought trying to figure out why monkeys throw shit might get them in the top 10, right? But then when you got dudes studying wild mammals, if they have the ability to fucking breathe out their butts, you're never going to beat that. That's untoppable, okay? They took feces and one-upped it with breathing into their butt, okay? You can't beat that. That's top-tier hilariousness. And that's why we're wasting all of this money on fucking stuff we don't need, you guys. But I guess we're just going to have to keep doing that. Wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't read this last part. Actual Nobel laureates present the prizes to the 10 IG Nobel Prize Nobel winner who have won now an obligated Zimbabwe $10 trillion, which available for $22 on eBay. A transplant box containing items which are related to Murphy's Law, the theme of the year's ceremony, and principles that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Dude, that Murphy, you poor son of a bitch. You have a law named after you about anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and now they celebrate you by using you for their mock prizes. You poor son of a bitch. Well, we learned that there's a new thing. I'm going to check in on those every year now. That's what I'm going to do. That'll be a yearly thing for Not Worth the Time, is checking in on the IG Nobel Prizes so I can see what weird experiments they've been cooking up. If you want to check out what weird experiments I'm always cooking up, you want to go to punandgame.com. That's right, everybody. Punandgame.com is where you can find this show and my other show, Who Gives a F, with my brother Nathan. We do that weekly. This comes out bi-weekly. Check out all the great shows. We even have backlogs of shows there, all the shows that have been on the site since we've started it. So go check that out. There's thousands of hours of just great content over there. So go check that out on punandgame.com. And if you'd like to watch this show, like I told you earlier, go over to the youtube.com and search Comic Wade Taylor. Comic Wade Taylor is where you can find the video version of this show, Who Gives F, and clips of my stand-up, so you can support me there. Hit subscribe, like. Welcome to all the new subscribers and watchers. Really appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Much appreciated. It's awesome. Welcome. And yeah, that's it. Other than, if you really want to support the channel, other than just listening to it, and you want to but you want something out of it, you don't want to just float us money, you want something out of it other than just this great content, you want to go to the Pun and Game shop at punandgame.com, where you can find t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, all sorts of cool stuff to represent your favorite shows here at punandgame.com. And don't forget to use promo code NWTPOD. That's NWT Pod, and that gets you free shipping at checkout. Grab yourself something there. We get a few bucks for everything we sell. Nothing too crazy. I tried to keep the prices as cheap as possible for you guys. I know times are tough for everybody. Time's tough for me, like everybody. So we only get like $2 or $3 maybe per hoodie and shirt. And I think we can maybe get like $1 or $2 for the mugs and stickers. So if you really want to support the shows, that's the best way to do it. Otherwise, guys, this has been Not Worth the Time. I've been Wade Taylor. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. And remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do.